Hi everyone. I'm not sure what I'm gonna actually call this video, but it's dealing with my son. He's never had texturizer or any of that kind of stuff in his head. He's always been line up or tapered or just cut all the way around or something like that. But recently, he's always been a fan of basketball, but he likes some of the Piston players, so I decided to take it upon myself to cut his hair. And I already told him if he didn't like it, then I would just take him to a barber or wherever to get it corrected or cut it off. I've cut his hair before, but he likes, I guess, I don't know what they're called. I think they're calling it the nappy fade or something, so that's what it's called. So, he went to school, it was just recently, he went to school and a lot of kids were asking, oh, what's wrong with your hair? Putting their hands in his hair and saying, ugh, what is that called? And it kind of made me feel sad. I had to talk to him and tell him if he, wanted to take the hairstyle, he could, but he shouldn't do it based on someone else's, what they're doing to him, but for his own self purpose. If he wanted to take it out, fine, but don't stop being yourself because somebody else, they're not comfortable looking at something that we people who are natural, whatever hair grows out of their hair, that's how, out of their head, that is what God gave you to embrace. And sometimes people aren't comfortable with themselves, so they feel like they want to go ahead and attack somebody else. But he finally said that he wants to keep his hair the way it is. I actually have a picture of how I did it, but I myself have been, actually some things like that have happened to me. I'm looking at my phone trying to find a picture, but I've had a lot of times where people who look like me would literally stare at me and not say anything, and I'll say, I'm thinking to myself, is she looking at me? Why is she looking at me? Instead of saying, oh, your hair is nice, it's pretty, or how did you do that? I'd rather people ask me questions than stare at me or try to put their hands in my hair. Or maybe I even had people ask me, can I touch your hair? And I'm like, okay, fine, that's good, that's cool. But with him, I told him, it's his body is his body. Nobody touches his body but him. So if anything happens where he feels uncomfortable, then he can speak up for himself and tell them, I don't feel comfortable when you touch my body, and whatever's going on with me has nothing to do with you, and if you don't like it, don't look at me. So this is the side view of his head. Right, I don't know if you can, yeah, right there, the side view of his head that I did. I think I did a pretty good job. I've always get comments, he always get comments on his hair whenever I would do his hair, but this is the first time that I did his tapered look with a I call them finger coils, but what I did, I used a seafoam sponge, and that's how I got his hair to go into coils and whatnot. But I think that's what sometimes deters people from wearing their hair naturally the way it is, if it's a certain texture. And when I first started being natural, I got a lot of comments like he did. As a matter of fact, when I first started at my new job, I went to the interview with pressed hair and curls, and I started because I was doing stock, and I was sweating a lot, and by the time my shift was over, whew, it was no longer a press and curl. Okay, so I had a lot of comments said to me by people who were over me, and it was crazy. I'll probably make a video about that. But I just told him, I basically shared my story with him, what happened to me when I first became natural. I just told him that you just have to love yourself, be comfortable with yourself. If you like the hairstyle, you don't have to change yourself with anyone else. You have to wake up every morning and you have to live with yourself. These other people out there who are being negative towards you, they have don't give them power over you by reacting as being frustrated, because that's like they're taking away your power of your confidence or whatever. I just told him to be himself. If he feels that he doesn't want the hairstyle anymore, I can take it out. But since I share my story, since I share my story with him, I think that he felt more comfortable keeping the hairstyle in his head. And he actually came home today with more people saying stuff, but he has to learn when people, I told him it's fine for people to ask questions, but he just has to, I would just say, have to learn to be comfortable on his own skin. I told him it's fine if people want to ask questions, because one of the kids asked him today, how did you get your hair like that? But I'm not sure I don't think they would say it. They said it that way because it was like a younger kid. So sometimes people are interested and they want to know how to get your hair like that because maybe they want to do their hair like that. But for the other comments, that was out of line. I mean, I've been up to school before about other kids, taunting him or whatnot, but I'm just make sure I'm staying on very visual at the school, and just make sure that I make sure that he's comfortable and he doesn't feel that he's any way in danger or doesn't feel safe at school. If that happens, then that I'll have to deal with that. But I just want him to feel safe, that he can be himself without other people coming in, chiming in, trying to make him feel, take his self-esteem too low when he is just too smart and too confident to let somebody else try to come in there and tell him how to live his life and be himself. So that's basically what I came to tell you guys today. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned and have self-confidence about being natural and being yourself. Bye.